He's back, and the city can feel it. Chicago's streets are about to burn with a new kind of fire. The kind only Tommy Egan can bring. Every step he takes pulls him deeper into power, deeper into danger, and deeper into a war that no one can escape. This is not just another season, it's the storm we've been waiting for. Tommy's journey has never been easy. From the beginning, he has lived by one code: loyalty, power, and survival. When he left New York behind, he walked away from ghosts of the past, but Chicago became a new battlefield waiting to test him. Season 2 showed us a man carving out his empire in a city already full of rival crews, families, and dangerous bosses who underestimated him. Tommy doesn't just fight for territory, he fights for control, for respect, and for his name to mean something in the underworld. Every move he makes shakes the balance of power. In Season 3, that balance is gone. The first trailer doesn't waste a second in reminding us that Tommy isn't slowing down, he's speeding up. The camera catches him in moments of rage, in deals that could turn bloody at any second, and in decisions that can either make him untouchable or destroy him. The streets are louder, the enemies are sharper, and Tommy knows that one mistake can cost him everything. What makes this season different is not just the battles, it's the weight he carries. Family ties, old scars, and new enemies are all pulling at him. The trailer shows glimpses of chaos, but also moments of clarity. Moments where Tommy realizes that he isn't just playing the game anymore, he's rewriting the rules. And that's why this season feels more dangerous than anything before. Power has always been Tommy's obsession, but in Chicago, it's no longer about simply taking control, it's about survival in a city that eats its own. The trailer opens with flashes of the war he's in the middle of, crews clashing, bullets flying, cars speeding down dark streets. But what stands out most is not the violence itself, it's the way Tommy walks through it, calm yet burning. Like a man who has already accepted that he has no way out except to dominate. Every step looks like a statement. He isn't just another hustler on the block, he's building a name that rivals fear and allies barely trust. This season looks more layered than ever before. The trailer hints at the battles he must fight not only in the streets but also within himself. Tommy has always been reckless, a man driven by impulse, but Chicago forces him to be smarter. The enemies here don't always pull their guns first, they plot, they scheme, and they strike when no one is watching. That makes every alliance dangerous and every promise fragile. The trailer teases new faces stepping into his orbit, some offering their hands in loyalty, others hiding their knives. We see those quick, sharp cuts, shadows in warehouses, hushed conversations, and tense handshakes that remind us nothing in this world is permanent. But then, there's family. The power universe has always thrived on the push and pull between blood and business. And in Season 3, Tommy is caught in that storm again. The trailer shows just enough to remind us of his ties that could either strengthen his empire or tear it apart from the inside. Family has been both his armor and his curse. We've seen him lose people he loved, we've seen him betray, and we've seen him hold on to bonds that nearly destroyed him. This time, the stakes are heavier. When blood is involved, the game gets messy. The trailer drops these tiny hints, half-finished sentences, faces appearing in dim light that make it clear Tommy won't just be battling rivals, he'll be battling his own heart. Chicago itself is almost a character in this story. The way the trailer paints it, the city isn't just a backdrop, it's alive, hungry, and unforgiving. The skyline looks sharp, the streets are soaked in neon and shadow, and every corner feels like a trap. It's not just about who runs the drugs, it's about who runs the city, and Tommy wants both. The trailer pushes this vision of him standing above it all, staring down at the chaos like a king surveying his kingdom. But the kingdom is crumbling, and every shot shows the cracks. Enemies plotting, gangs colliding, trust breaking. Tommy may want control, but the city has its own rules, and the deeper he goes, the more it demands from him. The most striking thing about the trailer is how it balances power with vulnerability. Yes, Tommy is bold, ruthless, and feared. But there are those split-second shots where his eyes give away something else. The cost of everything he's lost and everything he might lose again. That's what makes this season so gripping. It isn't just about watching him win battles. It's about wondering how much he'll lose on the way. The trailer doesn't give us answers, it just leaves us with questions that dig under your skin. Who will stand with him? Who will betray him? And can a man who has built his empire on violence ever truly hold it without burning himself alive in the process? Season 3 is shaping up to be more than just another chapter. It's the point where Tommy either cements himself as the force of Chicago or becomes another ghost in its long, bloody history. The trailer doesn't whisper it, it screams it. The storm is coming, and Tommy is at the eye of it. And if there's one thing the Power universe has taught us, it's that storms don't pass quietly. What makes this new season so electrifying is the way the trailer reveals the collision of trust and betrayal. In Tommy's world, loyalty is currency, but in Chicago, it's almost worthless. The trailer gives us glimpses of alliances forming in dark corners, faces lit by half a streetlight, voices low, words sharp enough to cut. You can feel the tension in every frame, the sense that every deal is temporary, every handshake a setup waiting to happen. That's what makes this season different. It's not just about who has the most muscle or firepower, it's about who can outthink, outmaneuver, and outlast the other. Tommy thrives in chaos, but the kind of chaos we see here is more calculated, more dangerous, more personal, and that's where the new threats come in. Season 2 gave us enemies who underestimated Tommy, but Season 3 shows rivals who have studied him, who know his flaws, and who are ready to exploit them. The trailer flashes to unfamiliar faces, men and women who carry the weight of power with ease. The kind of presence that doesn't need shouting to be feared. These are the kinds of enemies that force Tommy to evolve. He can't just kick down doors anymore. He has to see the trap before he steps into it. Still, the thing about Tommy is that he never backs down. If anything, the harder the fight, the more alive he becomes. The trailer captures that energy, close-ups of his eyes before a deal, the clenched jaw before a showdown, the smirk before a war. But even as he stares down his enemies, Tommy is haunted by the people around him. Family isn't just blood, it's chosen, broken, and rebuilt. The trailer hints at connections that still weigh heavy on him, relationships that keep pulling him back from the edge, even as the streets demand he go further. You see it in those quick cuts, a half-finished sentence, a tense look across a table, a silence that says more than words ever could. Tommy has always been caught between the two worlds of loyalty and ambition. But this season, it feels like those worlds are colliding head-on. And when they do, someone has to pay the price. The intensity of the trailer is also in the way it builds the city itself into the story. Chicago feels like it's closing in, its alleys and rooftops pressing tighter around him. It's as if the whole city is watching him, waiting to see if he'll rise or crumble. There's this moment where the skyline towers in the background, while Tommy stands in the foreground. Smaller but sharper, like a lone figure daring to challenge an entire empire. That's the heart of this season, the lone wolf trying to become a king in a city full of predators. And the trailer makes it clear, he'll have to bleed for it. Every moment is painted with risk. Every choice is a gamble. The editing style of the trailer reflects that: fast cuts, sudden silences, then explosions of action that leave you unsettled but hooked. You can tell this season is going to move at full speed, giving no room to breathe, because that's the reality of Tommy's world. One second you're sitting at a table negotiating peace, the next second you're ducking bullets. That unpredictability is what makes Power Book 4, Force stand out. And Season 3 promises to push that unpredictability to its absolute limit. What's most striking, though, is the way Tommy carries himself. He's not the same man who first stepped into Chicago. He's sharper, colder, but also more aware of what's at stake. He's lost too much to be reckless without reason. Yet the trailer shows that hunger in him hasn't died, it's grown. He wants more, not just to survive, but to rule. And when Tommy wants something, there's no line he won't cross, no enemy he won't crush, no friend he won't test. That's why this season feels like the turning point. It's not just about building power anymore. It's about defining what power really means. By the end of the trailer, you can feel it in your bones. Season 3 isn't a continuation, it's an escalation. The violence is bigger, the betrayals cut deeper, and the choices are deadlier. Every shot, every line, every piece of music in that trailer is designed to remind you this isn't just a fight for control. It's a fight for survival, for legacy, for the kind of power that either makes you immortal in the streets, or buries you without a name. Tommy knows that, the city knows that, and now, so do we. The final stretch of the trailer doesn't just tease more action, it demands attention. What makes it so unforgettable is how it blends intensity with silence, violence with strategy, and chaos with a strange sense of order. Tommy isn't simply moving through the game anymore, he's shaping it. The trailer makes it clear that Season 3 is not about small wins or temporary gains, it's about rewriting the rules in a city that thought it had seen it all. And the scariest part, Chicago hasn't seen anything yet. We catch glimpses of Tommy stepping into rooms where the air itself feels heavy, the kind of scenes where everyone is watching him, waiting for his next word, his next move. These aren't back alley deals anymore. They're big plays with bigger consequences. The trailer suggests that Tommy is pushing his empire into levels he's never touched before. He's not just fighting gangs, he's challenging entire systems, and that's what makes the tension almost unbearable. You know, every powerful move he makes comes with an equally powerful enemy ready to strike. Season 3 feels like it's digging deeper into the idea of legacy. Tommy isn't just surviving for the sake of surviving anymore. He wants something to last, something that proves his name isn't just feared in the moment but remembered long after. The trailer leaves just enough breadcrumbs to make you wonder, is Tommy chasing power, or is he chasing something bigger, something closer to immortality in the streets? That question makes every decision, every explosion, and every betrayal in this season carry a heavier weight, because in the Power universe, nobody gets to hold everything without paying a price. And yet, the trailer doesn't only focus on Tommy's ambition, it also reminds us of his humanity, that flicker of vulnerability he can't hide. Those moments when his eyes betray his anger, his grief, or maybe even his doubt. It's quick, but it's there. Season 3 seems to promise that we'll see more of that struggle. The man who wants to be untouchable, but can never fully outrun the ghosts of his past. That duality, the ruthless leader and the wounded menace, what keeps Tommy one of the most compelling characters in the entire Power universe. The action beats in the trailer are explosive, but it's the quieter hints that really stick. A door slamming shut, a sudden glance between allies that feels more like a warning, a whispered threat in a crowded room. It's those moments that remind us this season isn't just about bullets, it's about trust, betrayal, and the tension of never knowing who's truly on your side. Chicago is built on deals that never last. And Tommy knows better than anyone that the higher you climb, the fewer hands you can hold on to. The cinematography also takes the spotlight. Every shot feels deliberate, drenched in atmosphere. Neon lights bouncing off wet streets, smoke rising from burning cars, shadows stretching across empty warehouses. Chicago doesn't look like a city in the background. It looks like a predator waiting to swallow Tommy whole. The trailer makes it feel alive, breathing, and ruthless. Just like the people in it, the city itself doesn't forgive mistakes. That's the stage for Season 3, a place where even the strongest can fall in seconds. And the only way to stay on top is to become something the city itself can't consume by the time the trailer ends. There's no doubt left. Season 3 of Power Book 4. Force isn't holding back. It's faster, darker, and more unpredictable than anything that came before it. The message is clear. Tommy's rise to power won't just shake Chicago, will redefine it. And whether he survives that climb or becomes another casualty of ambition, one thing is certain: every fan watching is in for the wildest ride yet. The trailer doesn't close with answers. It closes with a question, one that lingers long after the screen fades to black. How far is Tommy willing to go? And how much is he willing to lose to truly become the force he was always meant to be? Season 3 is the moment where loyalty, betrayal, power, and survival collide. And when the dust settles, the only thing left standing will be the truth about who Tommy Egan really is.